Tama Sattva Vibhaka Karma Dhrik Saesa Sardo Ridha Parapari Brahman Saesa Sardo Ridha Parapari Brahman Bhavatavim Yantina Sarma Vindati Duradyaye Dvani Ajaya Nivesito Rajastama Sattva Vibhaka Karmadrik Saesa Sardo Ridha Parapari Brahman Bhavatavim Yatina Sarma Vindati Duratyaye Dvani Ajaya Nivesito Rajastama Sattva Vibhuka Karmadrik Saesa Sardo Ridapara Paribrahman Bhavatavim Yatina Sarma Vindati Brahmana Uvacha. The Brahmana Jadabharat continued to speak. Duratyaye, which is very difficult to traverse. Advani, on the path of fruitive activities. Performing action in this life, creating a body in the next life by those actions, and in this way continuously accepting birth and death. Ajaya, by Maya, the external energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nivesita, caused to enter. Raja Tama Sattva Vibhaka Karmadrik, a conditioned soul who sees only immediate beneficial, fruitive activities and their result, which are divided into three groups by the modes of goodness, passion and ignorance. Sa, E, Isa, this, Sa Artha, the living entity, falsely seeking sense gratification. Arthapara, intent upon gaining wealth. Paribrahman, wandering all over. Bhava Atavim, the forest known as Bhava, which means the repetition of birth and death. Yati, enter. Na, not. Sarma, happiness. Vindati, obtains. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: Jada Bharat, who had fully realized Brahman, continued, My dear King Rahugana, the living entity wanders on the path of material world, which is very difficult for him to traverse, and he accepts repeated birth and death. Being captivated by the material world under the influence of three modes of material nature, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, the living entity can see only the three fruitive activities under the spell of material nature. These fruitive activities are auspicious, inauspicious and mixed. He thus becomes attached to religion, economic development, sense gratification and monistic theory of liberation, merging with the Supreme. He works very hard day and night, exactly like a merchant who enters a forest to acquire some articles to sell later for profit. However, he cannot really achieve happiness within this material world. Purpose. One can very easily understand how difficult and insurmountable the path of sense gratification is. Not knowing what the path of sense gratification is, one becomes implicated in the repetition of birth and accept different types of body again and again. Thus one suffers in material existence. In this life one may think that he is very happy being an American, Indian, Englishman or German. But in the next life one has to accept another body among 8,400,000 species of life. The next body has to be immediately accepted according to karma. One will be forced to accept a certain type of body, and protesting will not help. That is the stringent law of nature. Due to the living entity's ignorance of his eternal blissful life, he becomes attracted to material activities under the spell of Maya. In this world, he can never experience happiness, yet he works very hard to do so. This is called Maya. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnana-nanjana salakaya Chaksuranmulitam meno tasmai Sri Guruve namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Yudapada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Cha Sri Rupam Sangrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijanasaidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vidamsha E Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopisa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhano Sude Devi Pranamami Adipriye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evecha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Durajaye Dvani Ajayani Vesito Rajastama Sadva Vibhakta Karmadhri Sa Esa Sardo Ridapada Paribrahman Bhavatavim Yatina Sarma Vindati Jada Bharat, who had fully realized Brahman, continued, My dear King Rahugana, the living entities wanders on the path of material world, which is very difficult for him to traverse, and he accepts repeated birth and death, being captivated by the material world. Under the influence of the three modes of material nature, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna, the living entity can see only the three fruitive activities under the spell of material nature. These fruits are auspicious, inauspicious, and mixed. He thus becomes attached to religion, economic development, sense gratification, and the monistic theory of liberation merging with the Supreme. He works very hard day and night, exactly like a merchant who enters a forest to acquire some articles to sell later for profit. However, he cannot really achieve happiness within this material world. So here we are continuing reading this beautiful conversation between King Rahugana and Jada Bharat. And clearly it has been stated here, however harder we try in the material world to become happy, there is no possibility to gain happiness in the material world. Because the material world is composed of two elements. It is a world of duality. Like in the chapter 2, text 14, Krishna explained, Matras pasastu kaunteya sitosna sukadukada agama paino nitya titiksuksva sabharata. That the material world is the place of duality, and there is happiness and distress is always changing in the material world. It is like a winter and summer. So Krishna told Arjuna, learn to tolerate this transformation of the happiness and distress in this world. So as long as for the living entities to undergo a different kind of changes in their life, there is no possibility for them to be happy. Especially the material body undergoes 6 kinds of changes. That it takes birth in the world, it grows, and it remains for some time, and it produces a byproduct, and slowly dwindle, and finally the material body dies. Whereas the soul within the material body, it doesn't undergo this kind of changes like the body. In the chapter 2, text 20 of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explained, Na jayate mriyate vakadache nayam bhutva bhavitta vanabhuya ajo nityam sasvato yampurano anyate hanyamane sarire. The sarira, material body, is slain, but the soul within the material body is not slain. The soul within the material body is eternal, ever existing. There is no beginning and end for the soul within the material body. And as it's been explained here, at the time of death, the soul enters into a different body. Dehinosmin yada dehe kaumaram yavvanam jara tada dehantara prapti dira statranam moyati. In the chapter 2, text 13, Krishna explains the soul from the childhood body, it enters into the youth body, and the same soul enters, be there in the old age body. Then at the time of death, the soul enters into a next body, that is depend how we have led our life in the material world. Like here Prabhupada has mentioned that the three ways that things are happening in the world. There is auspicious activities are going on, there are inauspicious activities are going on, and there are a mixture of auspicious and inauspicious activities are going on according to the three modes of material nature. Sarva yonisu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantya tasam brahma mahat yonir aham bija prajapita sadvam raja samohite prakriti guna sambhava nibbanani mahabhavo deha dehinam avyayam. In the chapter 14, text 4 and text 5, Krishna explains that every living being in this world, they are children of Krishna. They are eternal part and parcel of Krishna. But when by coming to the material world, which consists of three modes of nature, material world is made of mode of goodness, mode of passionate, and mode of ignorant. Raja stama shabibuya sadvam bhavati bharata. Raja sadvam tamasyaiva sadvam tamasatvam rajastada. Been mentioned, explained in the chapter 14, text 10, that the material world is being made of three modes of material nature, and these three modes of material nature is fluctuating all the time. The nature, the mood of the people are changing all the time because somewhere or other they are too deeply involved in the materialistic way of life. And the modes of nature are fluctuating, and their mood, the emotion also fluctuating. So in this way, that when somebody dies in the mode of goodness and they go to the demigod planets, and somebody dies in the mode of passionate, they come back again to the material world as human being, and somebody dies in the mode of ignorance, they come back to the world as animals. So in this way, according to the thoughts of the living being, the way he lives in this world, that determines their next life. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajantyante kalevaram tam tami vaiti kaunteya sadatat bhava bhavita. At the time of death, whatever a person thinks in his mind, that is what he attains without fail. So Krishna says, Manmana bhavamat bhakto matyaji mam namaskuru mam evasyasi satyam te pratijano prayosime. Krishna says, for that reason, always you keep the mind thinking of me. Become my devotee, offer your homages unto me and worship me, and surely you will come back to me. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmaran yudhya cha mayarpita mano buddhir mam evasyasya asamsayam. Further in the chapter 8, text 7, Krishna explains, always perform your duty without fail with your mind and intelligence engaged in me, and surely you will come back to me. So in this way, the devotee should understand life is very temporary in the world. Anytime we will be called to leave the material world, Just like Yamaraj asked Yudhishthira Maharaj, what is the amazing thing in the world, most surprising thing? And Yudhishthira Maharaj says, Ahani ahani bhutani gachantya yamalayam sesastavaram ichanti kimmascharyam atha param. Yudhishthira said the most amazing thing in the world is that every moment the souls are flocking to the house of death, but a foolish person, he thinks that he will not die. He said this is the most amazing thing. Everybody in the world. And even sometimes the devotees themselves, they don't really seriously think that we can be called to depart from this world at any time. We got our plan and Krishna got his plan. Mahaprabhu says, if you wanted to be happy and peaceful in your life, give up your plan and accept the plan of Krishna. Krishna being of everything in your life, Krishna has got a nice plan for the devotees. Just like the parents always, they've got plan for the children. Similarly, in the creation, Krishna has got plan for all of us. It just needs little bit of patience and tolerance to wait and see and accept every of Krishna's plan. Arjuna asked Krishna what is his plan. In the chapter 11, text 31, Arjuna asked Krishna, Akya imeko bhavan ugra rupam namo namastustu varaprasida vigyatamichami bhavantam adyam nahi prajanami tava pravarthem. Arjuna asked, who are you? Why you have come to this world? What is your purpose of coming to the world? And Krishna answered Arjuna. That is there in the chapter 11:32. He says that Kalosmi loke saikra pravada lokan samartam ya pravarta rite pidvam na bhavasyanti sarve ya vasite ya prayaniko siyoda. Arjuna, I am the time. I have to come to take everything away from you. Except you Pandavas, everybody else will be destroyed. So Krishna has come to take everything away from here, but we are very busy, wanted to build and build and build. Krishna comes to know whatever you build, Krishna wanted to destroy and take away, take away, take away. No? Tasmatvam udista yaso labasva jitva saltram bungsva rajasamritam maya vaita nihita purvameva nimitta matram bhavasavya sakchin. The chapter 11, text 32, Krishna says, I've already put all these people into death, I've already killed them. Maya vaita nihita purvameva nimitta matra mean be my instrument. You don't need to plan everything, anything, how to live in the world. The Lord has created you and He knows how to take care of you. Just like you go and do something in the garden. You clear the soil, you plant throw the seed, you wanted to make some plants there. And you are being of the gardener, you know how to water the plant, true or not? You are gardener, you are plowing the land, you are planting some trees there. And you know that, along with this planting, I have to make sure that the plant to be grown very nicely. For that reason, it needs some fertilizers. For that reason, it needs some water. The gardener knows very well because he is the one created the garden. Similarly, the beautiful garden of this material world created by Krishna. He knows when to put the fertilizer, give you the food. He knows how to put the water, give the water for you. He knows how to take care of yourself, but unfortunately we are not dependent on Him. We are thinking that without me, everything else will be destroyed. But we don't understand. In the chapter 10, 39, Krishna says, Yachapi sarva bhutanam bijam tad aham arjuna. Natadasti vinayatshan maya bhutam characharam. Without me, my dear Arjun, no moving and non-moving in this living entities in this world will exist. Krishna says, without him, nothing will exist in the world. But we are thinking, without me, my family will be gone, my business will be gone. Without me, that everything else will be gone. We are thinking, though, like the whole Switzerland is depending on me. Without me, Switzerland is finished. Falsely, we are thinking all this matters. Krishna told Arjun, no, Dronam cha, Bhismam cha, Jayadrattam cha, Karnam tadanyam apiyoda viran. Mae matasva, Tubincha, Yuddhasva, Jetasi, Rates, Sapadnam, Arjuna. I've already killed Drona, I've already killed Bhisma, I've already killed Kripa. I've already killed all these people. Why you worry? Just be my instrument and take the glories and be happy in your life. Unfortunately, because we don't have the kind of faith in Krishna, unfortunately being carried away by the materialistic way of life, somewhere or other we have become crazy, like a crazy fellow. Deha patya kalatradesu atma sanyesu asaswapi tasya pramata nidanam pasyana pina pasyati. The Bhagavatam beautifully explained. Deha patya kalatradesu atma sanyesu asaswapi tasya pramata. Pramata means like a crazy man. In his own eyes he is saying, every day in his own eyes he is saying that many people are dying in the world. He is witnessing that somebody is dying all the time in the world. But he is thinking that I will not die. Why? He says, you are pramata, you are crazy, you have become crazy fellow. You know? And people are addicted to their handphone, they become crazy of social media, they have become crazy of making money. And they become crazy of becoming womanizing. People have become, crazy of many ways. And they're not able to see that in front of their own eyes, people are dying, pramata, but they're thinking that the devotees are crazy. This is a problem with the materialistic way of life. They've been defeated again and again and again. Beautifully, Prahlad Maharaj told the Lord Narasimhadev, Yan Maitunadi Griya Meri Sukha Me Tucham Kanduya Nena Karayo Reva Dukha Dukam Tripyanti Naha Kripana Kandutyavan Manasidam Behet Vidiset Jitha. That Prahlad says that the like a rubbing of a two hand. He says when somebody gets some itchiness on their hand, on their palm, and they try to rub to make it, a little bit better. When you are rubbing, when some itchiness you're rubbing, you feel very nice. And Prahlad says you keep rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and rubbing, and it's become little bit hot. And you keep rubbing, then then the skin spill over. You get blister, and you get the burning sensation. What is in the beginning was pleasure, later has become a burning sensation. So Prahlad says that unfortunately, the people in the material world, they've been addicted to the life of sense gratification, and they go through so much of miseries of life. And yet been said that it's so difficult, even to gratify your senses not easy. Even to gratify senses become very difficult. It's not that easy to do anything in the world. To live also very difficult, to die also very difficult. That is the situation in the material world. And every day, everybody have to die one day. So either you die with great depression, or you die happily. So devotee have choose to die happily. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There was a man, he went to a doctor. And he went for the medical checkup. After the medical checkup, the doctor told him that he got good news and he also got bad news. So the man, the doctor asked him, which news you would like to hear first, good news or bad news? And the man said, doctor, please tell me what is the bad news. He said, the bad news is that you got cancer, you got 9 months to live. That is very bad news. And the man asked the doctor, then what is the good news? He says, the good news is that along with this problem of cancer, you got another problem, another disease, the forgetfulness of memory. Alzheimer, you'll forget that you got a cancer. And without knowing you got cancer, you'll die. That's the good news. Somewhere or other, people in the material world is in that situation. Matras, pasasu kaunteya, sitosna sukudukura, like a changing of winter and summer. Little while you are very happy in your life. Then it becomes very sad. And what we think that will add in something will make us happy, that additional thing we are adding in makes more problem for us. When you're a bachelor by yourself and you think, if I get married, I'll be happy. So you get married to reduce your, suffering. But then, what you have added in, to make yourself a bit happy is become more burden in your life. And after that, you're thinking that, maybe with the children, I'll be a bit happier. Then you add in more burden in your life. In this way, what is in the beginning appeared to be, good, slowly it become, take us into the life of frustration. But in the same time, that is unavoidable. And only way is that, we can be happy in our life is always conscious of Krishna. In the chapter 4, text 24, Krishna explained this thing. Brahmarpanam Brahmavir Brahmagna Brahmana Uttam Brahmaivatena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina. Because of your full contribution in Krishna consciousness, Krishna says you are eligible to come back to me. Because of your full contribution in Krishna consciousness. Don't hold anything away from Krishna. Do it with wholeheartedly. Even a small thing, you're doing it for Krishna. You should do it very happily, wholeheartedly, and thanking Krishna for giving you that opportunity that you can purify your mind and intelligence and everything. And Krishna very beautifully explained in the next verse in the chapter 4, 25, Daivam iva pare yagyam yoginam paryupasate brahmagnau apare yagyam yagyan java juvahati. He said there are some people, the yogis, they try to connect themselves through the yoga practices. And there are people, they try to connect themselves through the demigods worship. And Krishna says in the chapter 4:26, Strutrindriyani anya samyak magnesu juvati sabdadin visayanyagya indriya nagnosu juvati. And he says that there are brahmachari, they try to connect their body and mind into the service of Krishna. And there are grihastha, they're trying to connect whatever is connected to them, their family, their object of car, house, children, everything. They try to connect those things into me. So there is no difference between brahmacharya and grihastha. The brahmachari give their mind, they give their, they control their senses in this way. They wanted to serve Krishna. Whereas the grihastha, not only they give themselves and whatever belonging to them, their wife and children, everything, they relate everything, connect to Krishna's service. And after that Krishna says, Drivya, Yagya, Tapo Yagya, Yoga Yagya, Tadapare, Swarjaya Yagya. tapascha yasista samsate vrate. Krishna says that there are people, they donate, they give every of their possession for the service of the Lord. There are people, they try to connect themselves through yajna to Krishna. There are people who try to connect themselves through the studying of the Veda. Krishna says many, many different ways. People try to connect everything to me. And Krishna says a beautiful verse in the chapter 4:30. Sarve pyate yajna vidur. Yajna sapita kalmisa. Yajna sisamrto bojor yanti brahma sanatanam Arjuna. All these people will come to me. How they will come to me? By knowing the meaning of what they are doing, and all will be liberated. So if you are worshipping demigod, you can go back to Krishna provided you understand the meaning, the purpose of your worship towards them. If your purpose is to go back to Krishna, Krishna will help you to take back. Just like the gopis in Vrindavan, they are in the winter time, they are sitting on the Yamuna river and they are praying to Mother Durga, Parvati, please bless us that we can marry Krishna. And Mother Durga bless. So if you are going to the demigod temple, if you are going to forest for meditation, if you are giving out charity, you are reading the scripture, if your goal is to go back to Krishna, if you know what the meaning of what you are doing, and you become free. It's not about, marriage life is good or bad, whether sannyasi life is a good or bad. Every life in the world is good. As long as you are good, you will see everything good in the world. But if you are bad, you will see everything bad in the world. The real thing is that you must understand the purpose of why I'm going into a brahmachari life, a sannyasi life, a grihastha life. Is only for my purification. In the chapter 7, text 10, Krishna says, chapter 7, text 11, Krishna says, Balam balavatam chaham kamaraga vivarjita dharmo viroda bhutesu kamosmi bharatar sabharjana. That the very lusty desire is coming from me. And he said there is no wrong in indulging in lusty desire. Dharma viroda, as long as not going against the principle of dharma. Nothing is wrong here. Making money is good, getting married is good, and expanding your family, expanding your property, everything is good, provided it doesn't go against the principle of dharma. And what is the principle of dharma? I've explained a few days ago. That, ahimsa, satyam, asteyam, brahmacharyam, and all these. Number one is that be free from any kinds of violence. Number two is that always try to be truthful in your life. Number three is that don't try to take away other people's properties. So in this way, Krishna says, as long as you are not going against the principle of dharma, and there is no harm in getting married, there is no harm in expanding the family. There is no harm in his making money, because you do everything within the law given by Krishna himself. So in this way, we have to take advantage of Krishna consciousness. Focus into why we are here for. We have not come here to be a brahmachari. We have not come here to the world to be a grihastha. We not come here to make children in the world. We come here for another purpose. There's another purpose why we have come here. And knows what is the purpose? Go back to Godhead. So going back to Godhead, if your marriage life can help you, get married. If a brahmacharya life can help you to go back to Godhead, and you be a brahmachari. It's not about whether we wanted to remain brahmachari externally, whether we wanted to remain grihastha externally, to impress others. It's only about, we got a mission in our life. In the chapter 5, text 11, Krishna explained, Kayena manasa buddhaya kevaler indriya rapi yoginam karma kurvanti sangam tyatvata suddhaya. Suddhaya means purification. He says the only work of the devotees is that they try to purify their mind They try to purify the intelligence, try to purify their speech, they'll try to purify their body. That's the only purpose. The yogi, the devotees, they indulge in any activities in the material world. So in this way, here we are reading that Bharat Maharaj somewhere or other, a very good devotee, but he has fallen down because he has kept himself away from the devotees of the Lord. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, if you read the Canto 7, Chapter 5, Text 30, Prahlad Maharaj told his father, Matirna Krishna Parato Sotova Mito Bipatiyeta Griya Vartanam Adanda Gobir Visatam Tamisram Puna Charvita Charvananam. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear father, those who are taught that the goal of human life is sense gratification, chewing the chewit. If somebody have taken, that is my goal, I wanted to enjoy in the world. Prahlad said, by their own endeavor to become Krishna consciousness, it won't happen. By the help of other people to make him a devotee also, it won't happen, he says. Because they already decided within their mind that the goal of human life is to enjoy the materialistic way of life. And in the next verse 31, Prahlad Maharaj says, Nate vido swartam garim vishnum Durasya e bhair artamanina anda yadandir upanyamana tepi sam tantrim urunamni baddha. Prahlad Maharaj says that there are people, the human people in the world, they do not know that the real goal of life is to surrender to Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Lord. People do not know the goal of life is to surrender to the Lord. And they themselves are blind, not knowing what is the goal of life. And then they go and try to get help from another blind fellow, a blind man. They're trying to get the help from another man. So Prahlad says, it is like one blind leads another blind. All falls in the ditch. And Prahlad Maharaj told his father in the Canto 7, Chapter 5, 33, 31. No, 30, 31, 32, he says that, Naisam mati stavad urukramangarim spasarti anarta pagamo yat artha mayasan pa rajo padobhiseksham niskinchinanam na nivrtiyantvat. Prahlad Maharaj says, my dear father, only solution for you to be peace and happiness in your life, he says that you go and look for a devotee of the Lord who is free from any kinds of anartha, unwanted contamination in their life. He says generally Vaishnava, they don't have any material desire. Generally they are very selfless. And you go and look for the devotees of the Lord and you take the dust from their feet and smear it on your body. In this way you become purified and happy in your life. Only devotee can help you. So for that reason, always we have to be kept in the association of the devotees. In the Alvar time, there was one great Alvar by the name of Tirumangai, And before that he was known as Neelan. So Tirumangai is the expansion of the bow incarnation of Lord Vishnu. So Tirumangai was born in this world. He was known as Neelan, and he was working for the government of India. He was a tax collector. So he goes around to collect tax because he's got a very strong and stout body. So they've been employed to do the tax collection. So he was going around to collect the tax, and then he came to one house, and then he saw on the roof, on the balcony of that house, that one beautiful girl is standing. So immediately he decided he wanted to marry the girl. So he went and told the father of the girl, I'm attracted to your girl, I wanted to marry her. And the father, he looked at, this tax collector, he is very strong and stout, he's like a mafia. The father cannot say no. He says, you want to marry my daughter, you speak to my daughter. If she agree, you can marry. So he went and talked to her. Her name is Kumudini. And he told her that I'm attracted to you, I want to marry you, so you must marry me. The girl says, no problem, I'll marry you with only one condition. For 1 year, you must serve Vaishnava. 1 year, you give them food, and you take the dust from their food and smear it on your body, and then you wash the feet of the Vaishnava, you sprinkle the water on your head. 1 year you do Vaishnava Seva, I will marry you. Only when you become a Vaishnava. No. She said, when you become a Vaishnava, I will marry. So this tax collector, Neelan, he went to the temple. He went and saw the priest of the temple, Ranganath temple. He says that, I wanted to marry this girl, but she said she only will marry when I become a Vaishnava. So you make me Vaishnava. And then the priest said, it's not easy to become a Vaishnava, there is certain procedure to follow. He said, I don't care about your procedure, now you make me Vaishnava. So the priest was very frightened, so he put some tilak on him, put the neck bead, gave him a chanting bag and everything. He said, go, you are Vaishnava ready. And he came to this girl, and he told the girl, I'm already Vaishnava. She said, no. You only become Vaishnava by serving another Vaishnava. And for that reason, for 1 year, you serve 1,000 Vaishnava. For 1 year. You give them, cook food and feed them food, take the dust from their feet and, wash their feet and sprinkle the water. So then he have no choice, has to do this seva. So because he wants to marry the girl. So he go to the Vaishnavas and ask them, come sit down. I give you food, but you have to show your feet, I want to wash your feet, I have to take that. And not honor, no any honest Vaishnava will show their feet, oh come, take the dust, wash my feet and sprinkle. No Vaishnava, honest Vaishnava will do. Because every Vaishnava thinks they're servant of other Vaishnava. So no Vaishnava want to do, accept this service from him. And he don't know what to do. He went and told the girl, but it's not possible, She said, by hook or crook. If you want to marry me, by hook or crook you have to do it. So he thought only way is to by force I should do it. So he can go and catch all the Vaishnavas walking here and there. He catch them, you take them to another place. He tied them, and he cook food for them. Say, show your leg! By force, he wash their feet, take the dust. In this way, he served them for 1 year. Then he became Vaishnava. By the time, he lost interest into the girl, into any other thing. And the Lord himself appeared to him. Because he's supposed to, the money he collected for the tax, supposed to be given to the government, but he was using it for the Vaishnava Seva. The government was very upset with him. And they throw him in the prison. And they're asking him, where's the money you collected? And they threw him in the prison, and Krishna, the Lord, appeared to him in the prison. He said, there's one place near the Rameswaram, and there is a place, there's a treasure, so you go and take the treasure and give it to these people. So he took their government, officers, and they found the place, he took the treasures and gave it back to them. And by the Lord's mercy, he married the girl. And he became husband and wife. They became a very wonderful devotee serving the Lord. And he was moving around the Sri Rangam area. And that time the temple, there's no temple there. It's only a small hut. They've been doing some puja for the Lord there. And he, being a devotee, felt very bad that, his master, the Lord has got a very small hut, but all other people, they got big bungalow houses, they're very rich. So you go and talk to them, you give some donation. I want to build a nice temple for the Lord. Please give me. Nobody wants to give him donation. He said, you're a cheater, we don't trust you, we don't give you. And he don't know what to do. And he had an idea. They've been calling him a cheater, cheater, cheater. He decided, let me cheat them and take the money. So he had 4 disciples with him, very special devotees. One disciple, he can walk on the water. Another disciple, he can unlock any locks he can open without key. Another disciple, just by talking, you'll mesmerize other people. Another disciple, by stepping on somebody's shadow, they won't be able to move. So with the help of them, he collected huge money. And the temple you go in Sri Rangam in South India, biggest temple, you'll see that the temple is built by, Tirumangai Alvar, by stolen money. Yeah. You read the story, you write down Tirumangai Alvar, you go and Google and read the story. Very beautiful, very big story. Finally he wanted to put the dome on the golden dome for the temple, but he don't have money anymore. And somebody told him that, in one place there's a Buddhist temple, and the Lord Buddha statue is made of gold. So if you get that, statue, then your problem is solved. Then he went to steal the Buddha statue. And they have made it in such a way that he cannot take out the statue from there. Then he was telling Buddha, you think you're very big, you are in the golden form with the gold, and my master is without even a house there, and he's your master also. The Supreme Lord is without without a place for him to stay, and here you are, decorated with the gold and everything sitting. And he recited some mantra, then the gold melted from the Buddha's ring and then came and fall on his, and then he took it and then he went and continued. At one point, final part of, he has to finish it and open the temple. There's a shortage of some money. And he was looking around, who can be, robbed, who can be robbed, And then the Lord himself, he and his wife, Lakshmi Devi, both of them, they put on a costume like a newly wedded couple. And they were coming. The newly wedded couple in India, they got all, gold and all the jewels and everything. And when they were coming, walking and coming. And here, Tirumangai, don't know that, actually the Lord, Lakshmi, Narayana themselves are coming. So he stopped them. Stop. He said, take out all this gold. He want to rob them. And, Lakshmi Devi take out everything, and there's a ring, not coming out, and then he go and bite the ring to take out from the feet of the Lord. So all those things happened, and took out the gold is there, put it in a bag. And now he wanted to take the bag and go. He's not able to carry the bag. The bag is not coming, it's too heavy. And then he got angry with Narayana. He said, what mantra is that you are telling that I'm not able to carry the bag? You tell me the mantra that I can carry this bag. So the Lord go and utter Om Narayana Nama, utter the holy name in his, and then he transformed, became a greatest devotee. And beautifully the first recital he do, glorification, he said, my dear Lord, Vadinen, Vadi Varundinen, he says in the material world, I've been listening to everybody. Whatever people say, I listen and believe. And in my youth in full, I was so attracted to the woman, running behind this woman and that woman and everything. And even with everything, I was not very happy in my life. Now, by your mercy that, I got this blessing that, kindly you accept me as your devotees. In this way, he became the greatest devotee of the Lord simply by serving the Vaishnavas. So you have to always remain as a servant of Vaishnava. And we got the greatest job to assist Prabhupada movement in the world, to enlighten, to give the knowledge to the other people around us. Why it is very important, that will make your life more complete and more happy. As long as you are sitting very selfish, thinking about your own self, you cannot be happy. The moment you wanted to make the world happy, and you totally become very happy in yourself. For that reason, Prabhupada says that 4 things are needed for devotees. They need their own place. Number 1. Number 2, they need manpower. And number 3, they need time to do their work. And number 4, they need money to do the work. And there are devotees, even in this country, many are trying to look for a work outside, job outside. Many are going, working and outside, come back, tired, and all their energy and times are, all are consumed, doing some work for the karmi outside. But the greatest works that devotee can do, they can financially can shine like anything. That if you go into a prasadam distribution, you those devotees. I know. That day I was talking to some devotee from Russia, from Ukraine. They said we are looking for a job. We have to find job, this and that, and all. I said, why you want to look for outside? You can create your own job. Prasadam is the biggest, business in the world. Food. Everybody needs something, tasty for their tongue. And you can, go into, come up, you make a team of some devotees, and come together. In India, there are different machines are there. There are chapati making machine, 1 hour, the machine makes 1,200 chapati for you. If you think it's too big, the machine, but you can go for smaller machine, make 400 to 500. And you make a chapati roll with many things, You don't need to work very hard to make money. It's a prasadam, people, attracted, they're very tasty, You make millions of dollars. I was in Germany some time ago. There are devotees, about 7, 8 devotees came together and they opened up a big factory. They took me to the factory. It's a multi-million-dollar business, They're distributing, the prasadam all over Europe. And recently, last year I was in New Zealand. A devotee got a big factory, producing their own cheese, producing their own butter, own ghee, and producing their own ice cream. It became so famous that distribute all over, Australia and New Zealand. It's a multi-million-dollar business they are doing. So you can do a lot of things. Yesterday Mataji was talking about, the farming community, which is very important for the society. In time to come, people, will be running away from the city, cannot, sustain their life in the city. They will run away due to so many problems and everything. So we need to have, some sort of, like Prabhupada come out, simple living and high thinking, that, you live very nicely, simply, and be happy and peaceful, focus into Krishna consciousness. Other thing Krishna will provide to you. So in this way that we can do a lot of big things in the organization, provided that financially you are sounding, you're very strong. Economic development. Krishna gives the human goal of life, dharma, harta, kama, moksha. So economic development is not, rejected in the Vedic civilization. Is accepted. Sense gratification, getting married, having children is not rejected in the Vedic civilization. It's been given by God Himself. And liberation is also not rejected, given. But the first important thing is that, you must be sitting on the platform of dharma, moral and ethical values, so that you know how ethically to enjoy your sense gratification. You know how ethically you make money in the world. So all can be done very nicely. So the devotee should think, sit and think, pray to Krishna to give you the intelligence that we are here. We need money for our survival. You are not in India. India is different. You walk around, without money, somebody giving food here and there. You can enter anybody's house, they will give you food also. India is different altogether. But in the Western world, it's totally different. They said, can you help me give food? You said, I'm going to get a job, mate. You're a lazy fellow, lazy bum, get a job. They think you're crazy. So, but you can make money. A devotee, those who I know, wanted to, make some money for their survival, and they can go travel to India and come back, whenever they can do. They can go and join some festivals here and there. You need all money, so you come together, see how you can, establish a very, strong, a business that will generate money for our survival, and some money can be, contributed, donated for the welfare of the preaching work of the organization. So you don't need to worry about other thing. Whether other thing is going to be successful or not in your life is all depend on Krishna. So here, Bharat Maharaj, undergone some difficulty, but he never gave up Krishna consciousness. Sometimes we do not know what is the plan of Krishna. It may appear to be, something is not very good, But but Krishna knows it's only for your good that he has made all this arrangement. There was a time Krishna with Arjun, and Krishna told Arjun, I got one devotee lady who is very poor. She is a widow. She is living in a village. But all the time she been praying that I should go and eat in her house, take lunch in her house. So I'm not gone there. So Krishna told Arjun, let us go and today go and visit the lady and take some prasadam there. So Krishna and Arjun came to this lady. She's a widow, very poor lady, and she got, keeping one cow. She's milking that cow, and, with that cow milk, she makes a little bit money. That's how she survived with one cow. So when Krishna and Arjun came to the house, and she was very happy to see Krishna, and she was always, meditating, when Krishna can come, I can cook some food and give him. So the moment Krishna came with Arjun, Krishna told the lady, I'm very hungry, please give me some food. And she happily ran to the kitchen, poor lady, whatever was there, she cooked everything, and then she served Arjun and Krishna. And Krishna said, oh, very tasty, very nice. Krishna keep, asking more and more and more, everything had finished. And there is no food remain for the lady, nothing is in the kitchen. And Krishna said, thank you, I'm going. So Krishna and Arjun left. And on the way, Arjun told Krishna, I think, Krishna, you are very ungrateful. Krishna said, why you said I'm very ungrateful? You went to the lady's house, poor lady, a widow. She survived with one cow, and you ate everything there. You never left anything behind. But you should have given some blessing for the lady. You said you'll give devotees, your blessing for your devotees, but you never, even said thanks to the lady. You never give any blessing. So I think you're very ungrateful. Krishna says that is not true. I already blessed the lady before I ate the food there. So Arjun asked Krishna what blessing he gave her. And Krishna says, I blessed that one cow in the house. She got one cow, the cow must die. That is my blessing. And Arjun said, oh, is it blessing or curse? Krishna said, don't worry, we'll go back after a few days. After a few days, they came back. And then the lady, now free. And she is chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna came to my house, and one cow also died ready, Hare Krishna. So people in the village, they saw that now the lady, old lady, she don't have cow anymore, and she's chanting the name of Krishna. Let us go and donate some rice, donate some ingredient, and they donate some money. So everybody thinking how to help the lady. And now the lady happy chanting Hare Krishna, plenty of things lying down, rice and dal and everything. So when Krishna came, she cried to Krishna, Krishna is your blessing that, see now I no need to do anything, I got everything. So Krishna told Arjun, the suffering of the lady before this thing is that she was always thinking about the cow. I told in the chapter 9, text 22, I told, Ananya Chintayantumam Yajana Paryupasate Tesam Nitya Bhuktanam Yogam Semam Bahamyam. To my devotees who are always thinking of me. To them I carry what they lack and I give what they have. No, I protect what they have and carry what they lack. I promise. To who are always thinking of me. But the lady all the time she was thinking about the cow. That is what a suffering is. So now I took away the cow from there. And now the lady no need to worry about not thinking about the cow. Now she's thinking of me. Everything is coming. So in the beginning it appeared to be that, the curse of Krishna, the blessing of Krishna is like a curse. But, later on he came to know that, that blessing of Krishna is the real blessing. She was suffering thinking about the cow. From morning she wake up how to take care of the cow, how to bathe the cow, how to milk the cow, only thinking of cow. And she's having a difficult life. The moment the cow is died and gone, she's always chanting Hare Krishna. Everything else, came in by Krishna's blessing. So in the similar way, sometimes few things may be like a little bit, test and tribulation coming from Krishna. But if you're patient, if you're tolerating all those things, in due course of time you will know that is all Krishna's blessing. That he has put me into that situation so that my life can be purified. And I can, be happy and peaceful in this life. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'd like to take the opportunity especially to thank Damodar Prabhu for your kind invitation to come to Zurich, and like to thank all the devotees that you have taken some sacrifice to come every day here and seated in the class, and you have come and looked for Krishna. So surely Krishna will recognize that you have come to him. Surely Krishna will protect throughout your rest of your life. And all you have to do is that, whatever you're doing, small or big, do it with conscious of Krishna. Don't try to do anything to impress others. Our job is only to impress Krishna. And how you can impress Krishna says by simple love we can impress Krishna. No need to be, be a wealthy man, educated man, to impress Krishna. With your simple heart, with a great simplicity in your life, you can impress Krishna and go back to him. So hopefully the devotee can think something, for the economic development. Few devotees should come together, or we can establish, a prasadam business. That you're within the circle of Krishna consciousness, within the circle of the association of the devotee, and every day you're giving prasadam to many people, and people, they are getting purified. You get lots of blessing, and money Krishna will bring for you because you are trying to do, something in Krishna consciousness. You could have go and stay outside, look for a better job. You could make some money there, but it's not the same. You're living in the temple here, and you're trying to serve Krishna, and Krishna will take care everything for you. Not to worry. Important that we are united and we are focused and we know the purpose of what we are doing here. So thank you so much, and all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gora Pramanande. Once I'm gone away, far away from Switzerland.